Hi, everyone, and welcome to a new series of fun and learning here in Teacher Vibal, now in season 2. I am Teacher Julie, your study buddy in this whimsical, melodious, musical Friday. Music has become a very important part of our daily lives. It can change someone's mood, get them excited, or make them calm and relax. For today's session, we will talk about some of the important aspects of music, counting notes, and conducting time signatures. Are you ready to explore the world of music? Come on and let's start. Music is a combination of three components: melody, harmony, and rhythm. Every rhythmic structure dictates when a note is played, for how long, and what note should be emphasized. These include different notes and time signatures every song has.
As we learn more about counting notes and conducting time signatures, we will answer these questions. First, what are the values of notes and rests used in simple musical patterns? Second, how are we going to count the duration of notes and rests in 2/4, 3/4, 4/4 time signatures? And third, what is the proper way of conducting gestures of these time signatures?
Before we proceed in answering these questions, let's have a short review first of the following terms: notes, rests, dots, meter, and time signature. Notes. Notes are symbols that denote pitch. It could be the highness or lowness of music or rhythm, or the long and short sounds you hear in a music. Each note represents a specific length or duration of the sound. Rest. Rest indicates silence. They add beauty or time to relax or take a deep breath in performance. Dots. Dots are small spots or marks placed at the right side of any note or rest. It increases the time value or duration of the note or rest by half of its original value. Meter. Meter is the underlying structure of a musical beat. It is an arrangement of rhythms in a repetitive pattern of strong and weak beats. Time signatures. Time signatures tell you how the music will be counted. It consists of two numbers arranged vertically like a fraction. The upper number tells the number of beats in the measure, and the lower number tells which note receives one beat. Now that we have an idea of the terms that we are going to use for this lesson, let us continue our journey to the musical world. Can you see this picture? This is an example of a rhythmic pattern that a song has. Every time signature in a meter is composed of a combination of notes, rests, and dots. But what are the different values of notes and rests that we can see in different musical patterns? There are five kinds of notes in a musical composition. These are the whole, half, quarter, eighth, and 16 notes. The whole note represents four beats. It is represented by a hollow head and a shape like an oval. The half note represents two beats or half the value of a whole note. It is represented by a hollow shape like an oval with a stem attached to the right side. A quarter note has a similar length of sound to a whole note. This is represented by a shaded head with a stem attached to the right side. The eighth note has a similar sound to a one-half note or one-eighth of the duration for a whole note. This is represented by a shaded head with a stem on the right and a hook attached to it. Lastly, the 16th note has the length of a sound of 1/4 or 1/16 of the value of a whole note. This is represented by a shaded head with a stem attached on the right and a double hook attached to it. But what about the rest or silences that we use in a musical pattern? There are also 5 kinds of rests that we see in musical compositions. These are whole, half, quarter, eighth, and 16th rests. The whole rest has a length of silence of 4 beats. It is represented by a rectangle placed beneath a line on the staff. The half rest has a length of silence of 2 beats or half the value of a whole rest. It is represented by a filled-in rectangle placed on top of the line on the staff. The quarter rest has a length of silence of 1 beat or 1/4 of the value of the whole rest. It is represented by a filled-in squeal. The eighth rest has a length of silence of 1/2 beat or 1/8 of the value of a whole rest. It looks like a slanted stem with a flag on the left.
The 16th rest has the length of the silence of 1/4 beat or 1/16 of the value of a whole note. It looks like a slanted stem with a double flag on the left.
Now, let's try to count these simple musical patterns. Tell how many beats does these symbols have. Half note, whole rest, eighth note, quarter rest, 16th note. That's great, kids! You're one step ahead of our musical journey. 2/4, 3/4, 4/4 are not just fractions that we usually use in math. These are also examples of what we call time signatures. 2/4 time signatures, also known as duple time, means that there are 2 beats in one measure and a quarter note receives 1 beat. On the other hand, 3/4 time signatures, also known as triple time, means that there are 3 beats in one measure and a quarter note receives 1 beat. Lastly, 4/4 time signatures, also known as quadruple time, means that there are 4 beats in one measure and a quarter note receives 1 beat. Let's try to count some musical meters with different time signatures. 2/4 time signature, 3/4 time signature, 4/4 time signature. Great job, kids! Now, what about the proper gestures in conducting these time signatures? Conducting is the act of guiding, leading, or directing an orchestra, choir, or any music ensemble. A conductor's function is to establish tempo by beating time using his hands. Some tips that you can remember when conducting is first, to observe proper body posture and hand movement, and to count basic grouping of beats in the meter provided. Here are some basic conducting patterns that we can use, and you can also try practicing these at home. For the 2/4 time signature or duple meter, it starts by lowering the hand on 1 and bounce up at 2 about head level. For the 3/4 time signature or triple meter, it starts by lowering the hand on 1, make a bounce to the right, and another one up at about head level. For the 4/4 time signature or quadruple meter, it starts by lowering the hand on 1, bounce to the left on 2, bounce to the right on 3, and another one up at about head level on 4. You're really fantastic, kids! Now, let's have a quick review of what we have learned today, and let's go back to our questions earlier.
What are the values of notes and rest used in simple musical patterns?
We have 5 notes and 5 rests that we usually use in musical patterns. These are the whole note and whole rest, half note and half rest, quarter note and quarter rest, eighth note and eighth rest, and 16th note and 16th rest.
How are we going to count the duration of notes and rest in 2/4, 3/4, 4/4 time signatures?
These time signatures have the upper number, which tells us the number of beats in a measure, and the lower number tells which note receives 1 beat. The 2/4 time signature has 2 beats, 3/4 time signature 3 beats, and 4/4 time signature which has 4 beats. All of them shows that the quarter note receives 1 beat.
What is the proper way of conducting gestures of these time signatures?
The proper way of conducting these different gestures starts by observing proper body posture and hand movement and counting the basic groupings of beats. Here are the different patterns: 2/4 time signature, 3/4 time signature, and 4/4 time signature. What a fun and informative session we had, kids! You're really fantastic. I hope you learned a lot today about counting notes and conducting time signatures. Don't forget to click thumbs up and share this video to help students like you to learn more about music. And also, don't forget to subscribe in our YouTube channel at Vibal TV. Once again, this is Teacher Julie, and see you on our next musical, artsy, active, healthy Friday.